Um, let's quickly get started. Okay, so yesterday we had CPI, and I'm not going to lie to you, the market was not as responsive as that. The CPI, would have moved like hundred of pips, even when FP and all that. So this is just a replica. I mean, this is a ripple effect of the tariff war going on that between US and China, and fundamentals tensions are high. That is why we are seeing JPY pairs that are dropping because people are now going to safe haven pairs. So JPY pairs and gold, they'll be very, very bullish. JPY will be very bullish. So all JPY pairs might fall. Then CHF, yes, might look towards CHF also becoming bullish because they are safe haven pairs. Maybe we will have a seminar one day about the safe haven pairs and the reason why they are called the safe haven. But as it is, dollar is very, very unpredictable because of the fundamentals going on around it. The fundamentals, most of the fundamentals are not listed on Forex Factory. Okay, so you can read them on Bloomberg, you can follow them on CNN, on Reuters, on Al Jazeera, on any financial outlook or blogs or websites out there that you can learn from. So the market is very, very volatile at the moment. And also we are in a risk off season. So when I'm talking about risk off, you'll see that all shares are down, all Western shares. In fact, I haven't heard now that Chinese shares now are down because of the 104% and tariff. I don't know what's wrong with Trump and China. I don't know. If you think Trump is doing the right thing, can you drop a fire emoji? Can you all hear me, please? If you think Donald Trump is doing the right thing on the tariff, you can drop a fire emoji or just air your views. It's not every time we'll be streamlining our fundamentals to Forex Factory. Let's talk about what is going on in the world economy, right? So if you feel Trump is doing his right on the tariff, you can drop your fire emoji. And you feel he's not doing the right thing, I want you to drop a water emoji. So if you feel Trump is doing the right thing, drop a fire emoji. And if you feel Trump is not doing the right thing, drop a water emoji. So maybe after the analysis session, we are going to talk about it and all that. But for we as traders, you need to be familiar with things going on around the world. You shouldn't streamline your your analysis or your views to Forex Factory alone. So that is why the CPI, the NFP we having, they are not moving. In fact, the Wall Street was the last NFP. It was not moving at all. So that's just that. Okay, so I love the comment I'm seeing. It means that we're having a lot of mixed reaction. Yes, let's keep it coming. As a finance student, I used to tell people in my class that as a finance student, right, as a finance student, we need to talk about things going on and all. Anyway, today is 11th of April, 2025, right? And our high impact news, we have core PPI today. Yesterday was CPI, today is Reserve Power Index. So we have core PPI, we have the monthly, we also have by 3 p.m. prelim user consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. So all these are the the impact that we are looking towards in the market, right? And this news also, we never can tell, might also push the market. But what I know is pushing the market at the moment is fundamental. Okay, Trump is wrong because it affects America themselves. Well, I will say some things after the analysis, though, my own view and my own sentiment. Okay, so let's go to today's business, right? So let's go to today's business. Prelim UOM consumer sentiment. Preliminary UOM inflation expectation. So by 3 p.m., you're looking towards that. Also by 1:30 p.m., you're also expecting a high impact news on that. I'm not surprised though, because in the last during Trump's last administration, I mean, if you have been trading then, you will know that Twitter is your forex factory. You know how Twitter should be your forex factory. If you are trading then in as at 2017. Yeah. Is it 2017? Yes. You know that Twitter should be your Twitter should be your your forex factory then. But I'm not surprised though. That is what Trump, that is one of Trump's trademark. So we saw dollar crash the more yesterday, which was below my expectations. I've never expected that dollar would crash that much. And if you're not careful, dollar might discover crude oil. If you're not careful, dollar might discover crude oil. But as expected, we've seen um we've seen a whole lot of movement, and our dollar is at this support zone. It's tricky here because on weekly time frame, two things might literally happen. Number one, if dollar would continue selling, then we might head down to 94 zones or 92. If dollar will keep selling, we might head down to 94 or 95.355, right? So here and here, this is the next zone that I'll be looking out for dollar indices. But then we hope to see a retracement. Today is Friday. Probably next week, we could be hoping to see a retracement because this could also serve as a liquidity, meaning that there are a lot of zones here. A lot of people are looking towards buying at this level and just come out, hit their stop loss, and probably move to the upside. You never can tell as well. But then at this level, we still need much more patience to see what dollar is trying to do. It's very obvious that dollar needs to retrace even on 4 hours time frame. You can see at a 99.715 region, we are seeing this bullish candle. Probably it wants to fill up this gap. We never can tell also, but it is very pertinent and very important for the market to retrace. And as the market is retracing, in the market retracing, we have some resistance zones. We have some resistance zones here that we might look forward for a proper sell scenario. So resistance zones here that we might look forward for a proper sell scenario, right? So those are some of the resistance zones that we might look forward for a proper sell scenario. So let's have that at the back of our mind, right? So while trading dollar indices, we should also know that currently we are in a retracement phase, and I'd love to see a retest to 99.845 before bullish sentiment occurs, right? So at the moment, we are in a retracement phase, and you know that it is very risky to trade a retracement phase. So that is that on dollar indices. So let's look at some dollar pair. Looking at USD card, right? USD card also having the same thing on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, USD card, we have support become resistance here, and market trying to reject that level. Market's trying to reject that level here. So retracement continuations. So that is what I'm expecting. So over the time, we might experience some bullish sentiment for USD card, but it is just a retracement move, and this retracement also can give us good pay. Good good ROI, right? Good ROI. So let's look at the retracement. I'm looking at this level 1.40900. 1.40900, right? So that is the area I'm looking out for before we have sellers coming in on board. There's no problem, Mr. Joshua. We are going to look at gold. I think I dropped a signal yesterday. Yeah, yesterday morning I dropped signals, and most of our signals is TP1, right? If you take the signal, can you drop the fire emoji? If you know you took the signals, can you drop the fire emoji? And this our software gave a buy signal. Is it right? Let's look at it. So what I would just love to see is on USD card, I would love to see a retracement. I would love to see a proper retracement. I would love to see a proper retracement for USD card before I buy. So get set for a bullish sentiment, but don't forget it's just a retracement. It is not a long-term move. Okay, Mr. Farouk, congratulations to all of you that took it. We hope to see a good signal here. That is what P prime does. So we give you good signals for you to impact the market and make much more profit for yourself, right? So so looking at that, I would love to say we are in a retracement phase. Should you buy? I'm not going to tell us to buy at the moment. Even here, the buyers are dying off. So I'm not going to buy at the moment. I'm not to buy at 1.39160. That's the area I love to buy at 1.39160 region. That's the area I would love to buy. Okay, so currently we are in a retracement phase. We should expect a sell from dollar indices, short sell from dollar indices before we continue moving to the upside. So that's that on USD card. So let's go to GBP USD. GBP USD. So for GBP USD, like I said, yesterday I marked out this zone and I said I'd love to see sellers coming in from here because this zone is a very, very strong resistance level, right? So from here, we have a very strong resistance level around here. You have a strong resistance level around here. And if the market rejects this zone, we might see a short sell on GBP USD, and that corroborates where the dollar is at the moment. So I'm going to use a strategy, a ranging strategy that I love so much. We've seen on 4 hours time frame that this market was broken here. So I'm going to take this high. This is my high. This is my low. So a retracement down before markets, before we know what is going to happen. So I'm going to look for a proper bearish sentiment here before I start selling GBP USD. Like I said, the zone at which dollar is a strong zone on support, right? So you need to be careful at that zone. Also, this GBP USD is also in a strong resistance zone. We also need to be careful. So I need a proper retracement. Maybe we are going to see a sell stop. So let's see a sell stop order on GBP USD, sell stop order on GBP USD. Yes. Oh my, I've seen a very good reversal pattern here. So sell stop GBP USD. Today is Friday, but let's look at it. Sell stop GBP USD. This is a reversal pattern on 15 minutes time frame, and on 1 hour we are on a strong zone. So sell stop GBP USD. So we have GP1, we have GP2. Okay, so let's look at that. Sell stop GBP USD. Sell stop GBP USD at 1.29855. SL 1.30292. CP1 1.29421. CP2 1.28787. Okay, so I think I've dropped that on funded client group. So let me write it down here. This is the first signal for the day. Let's see. GBP USD sell stop. Oh, okay. Should I write it? Okay, yeah, I've done. At 1.29855. SL 1. 30292, TP1 1.29421, TP2 1.2878787. Okay, so I've dropped that GBP USD. Okay, so Euro USD also the same thing. I'm not surprised. But the thing is just this drop that Euro USD is dropping is scary somehow. But we can't enter at the moment because there are no structures for sellers at the moment. So at that zone that we have, don't be surprised, dollar might be very, very bullish. Dollar might start buying as a retracement, right? Don't forget, dollar might start buying as a retracement. And this is a supply zone. Okay, so this is a strong zone. And that's why I'm not dropping anything on Euro USD. Probably we can have a retracement before moving or price moves in its own direction, right? So once I get to this level, wait for a retracement before we sell. And that is why I use the pending order for GBP USD. Okay, so we've done that. Let's go to gold, gold. So like I said, gold at that juncture is a strong zone. I think I marked that zone yesterday and it has not been able to break it. Gold has not been able to break it. So 4 hours time frame. 4 hours time frame, we have seen a rejection at this level. Don't be surprised, it might also be bearish on gold, right? It might also be bearish on gold just for a short sell, right? So we're having a retracement heading down to 31.56. Now, there's something I've discovered on gold. I have not ascertained the fact, but I think gold also reacts with all these small moves, right? These are minor supply demand zones, right? So we need to take note of that. And it's just for scalping. It's just scalping. So once I get the full attention, I'm going to probably hold a seminar or a webinar on that, right? Okay, so we have gold. I would love gold to reject on this supply zone and crash. That is my own anticipation. So probably we can use a sell stop, but because gold is very, very volatile, I might not give this signal. I might make it an instant order once we get there. So this zone, this level, right? This level is a strong zone. So we look into that for a reversal, right? So I'm anticipating reject, crash. That is what I'm anticipating because there are a lot of liquidity here that needed to be taken. A lot of liquidity that needed to be taken. Okay, so that is that on gold. Euro NZD. Let's see if we have an entry on Euro NZD. Sell stop Euro NZD. Sell stop Euro NZD. Sell stop Euro NZD. Okay, I'm gonna put the sell stop here, right? Sell stop Euro NZD. Oh, it's so high. The reason why I'm dropping a sell stop is because of this pattern, right? Market rejected this strong zone and created a resistance here. So sell stop CP1 is going to be here. So I'm not writing this here. I'm dropping it on our funded client group. And CP2 is here also. So sell stop Euro NZD. Okay, I think that is that for Euro NZD. Let's look at one JPY pairs and we round it up. Please, if you want us to look up for any other pairs, just let us know. JPY. No, let's use GBP JPY. As JPY pairs. So I'll be bullish on JPYs. I'll be bullish on JPY for a short-term move, right? So when I'm talking about JPY, I'm talking of all JPY pairs. So I'll be bullish on JPY pairs for a short-term move. So I'm bullish on JPY pairs for a short-term move, right? For a short-term move. So I'll be bullish on JPY pairs for a short-term move because of this. So what I'm just looking at is fundamentals that is backing JPY pairs is just that JPY is a safe haven pair. So Japanese yen is literally strong, right? Because investors chose to give to put it in. So Japanese yen is very strong because they decided to put money in Japanese yen. But then we also have to be careful of all this little movement because this spike is a very strong movement, right? And it retraces. So we have a low, a high, then this is the retracement. This might be the continuation. So GBP JPY and all JPY pairs, I'll be bullish for a short while, but I'm not going to drop the signal because they are also volatile. So if you are trading JPY pairs, look towards buying. Even my indicator have also given us a bullish reversal, a bullish signal. So you can look towards buying and probably take your TP at the nearest high. But at the moment, I'm not going to drop the signal. But if you are trading any JPY, JPY, Euro JPY, just look at a short buy, probably after a break of this resistance for our JPY. JPY also, we have a resistance here, right? So I'm looking for a short retracement before buying. So that's that for JPY pairs. BTC, let's look at BTC, right? So BTC, wow, our TP hit yesterday, right? So I dropped a signal on BTC, a sell stop, and I think TP1 and 2 was smashed yesterday. So if you took that trade, congrats. Yes, if you took that trade, congrats. So what I'm looking at here, well, I'd love to see a retracement down to this zone. 797.60 level, this level, 797.60 level. That is where I love to see because we have a high, then market take out this internal structure. We have a supply zone that is being respected here. Market took out this low and tested this my automatic fib zone. So price is approaching this resistance, but it needs to retest this automatic fib zone for a proper confirmation. So two things is just literally going to happen. And that is why I'm also not going to drop a signal on BTC. We might have price crash down into this level and retrace and start moving to the upside. But at the moment, cryptocurrencies are not kind of bullish at the moment because of what I read online, right? What I read about crypto is currently some of the investors are not seeing cryptocurrencies as an alternative to gold at the moment. So that is why we've not seen that move for cryptocurrencies. Okay, so we still also so we still also look towards waiting for a proper move for BTC. Okay, so that is that on Bitcoin. Hmm. Okay, so that's that on BTC. So I think that will be the end for our analysis this morning. Let me check GPP AUD if you have a good entry. Since there are no questions, I think I will call it a day. Okay, I think I'll call it a day. Okay, so see you in the afternoon. And I'll see you in the afternoon. Okay, so GPAUD, I'd love to see this zone broken, this level, I'd love to see this level broken before I consider a bullish sentiment. So let's just hold on to see what really happens in the market. Okay, so that is that. Good afternoon, everybody. I mean, sorry, good morning, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Okay, I said something. I said I'm going to talk about my bias. Well, what Trump is trying to do is not that bad. Trump is trying to Donald Trump is trying to make America great again by, you know, cutting down on all importations. So meaning that if you are in China and US is one of the highest producer of your goods, you need to have a company in China, right? If your goods are from Russia and US is one of the biggest customer, you need to have an industry, a branch of your industry in US. And you know that if these countries complies, they start producing in US also, the level of employment will reduce, right? It will reduce, and US will also be able to tax them. They will also be able to pay their taxes in US. So that is why it's trying to clamp down, giving them tariffs. So if US are not or cannot afford to buy goods produced from China, they will look inwards, right? So that is what he's trying to do. But I feel you can't just fight every battle at the same time. You can't fight every battle at the same time. So he knows what he's doing. He wants an average American to start producing. He wants America people to start, producing. But at the same time, we can't just do that. China is also big. If China decides not to sell to Americans, they can look elsewhere, right? But the thing is, an average American also, you know, work ethics in US is different from China. It's different from other parts of the world. And if you look at Native Americans, to me, I think that labor forces is not that strong, right? So at the moment, Trump is not doing well, but it's also in a long time game. It's also in a long time game for US. I'm not pro Trump, but I'm just saying according to my own analysis. Okay, so thank you very much. If you have anything to say, I think I've stopped.